How you going there, Bill? Oh, that's good.
Long way from right though. I could make it, but it's all.
Yeah, it looks like you're all sort of stiffened up a bit. Yeah.
I've been reading that.
What's that about? The Great Cave.
Cave Boys.
Okay, yeah.
I knew most about it before I read it.
Yep. Yeah. I think Netflix is going to make a movie about it.
Oh, will do.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're very lucky. And, yeah. I sort of watched it unfold on television. And I watched it unfold on television.
Oh, well. Yeah. It's the bloody rescuers are the heroes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
What they've fucking done is unreal.
Yeah, you know more details than that.
Yeah.
Quite good.
And that doctor that stayed in with them, I think he fucking saved them.
Okay, yeah.
He kept opening them up.
Yep. Keep doing them, getting them to do things.
He stayed with them for 7 days.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I better get in and I feel very cold a bit.
Yeah, stay warm, Bill. Have a good night. Ifata, 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 Kurwish, 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 Adunai, Tisbeach, YHWH, Adunai.
Families that I am in contact with, that I am assured about the processes, and I have no concerns from the evidence gathering point of view.
He told TVNZ's Q&A program manslaughter charges could be laid if evidence proved a link between the methane in the mine and the explosion.
More than 100 people have been injured during a violent uprising in Venezuela. Opposition leader Juan Guaido, who's backed by many Western nations, making his boldest bid yet to seize power. But after a day of fiery clashes in the capital, Caracas, President Nicolás Maduro says a coup has been defeated. Paul Hobbs reports.
While opposition supporters used stones, military loyal to President Maduro hit back with force, slamming this armoured vehicle into the protesters. The violent clashes escalated with numerous casualties. Protesters using Molotov cocktails to create fiery barricades. Others facing gunfire head-on. It all all started at dawn outside a Caracas air base where opposition leader Juan Guaido urged Venezuelans and the military to join him to oust the sitting president Nicolas Maduro.
It is the moment. The moment is now.
Juan Guaido has already attracted a number of supporters from the military, those wearing blue bands.
We do not want confrontation. We want peace.
But those defectors were soon exchanging fire with their loyalist counterparts. Guaido insists it wasn't a military coup, but an effort to protect the country from President Maduro, who's widely accused of stealing last year's election. Many blaming his regime for the country's humanitarian and economic crisis. More than 50 countries worldwide have called for Maduro to step down, including the US.
We want as our principal objective the peaceful transfer of power, but I will say again, as the President has said from the outset, all options are on the table. March on in the streets and insist to the military. We know now that they don't respond to Maduro, so we keep going.
But as the day progressed, it was hard to gauge who had the momentum. President Maduro later appeared on national television claiming the coup was defeated and promising protesters would be punished.
We have to identify all those people who fired weapons and submit them to justice. There can be no impunity. There must be justice for there to be peace in Venezuela.
But on YouTube, Juan Guaido hit back.
We know that Maduro does not have the support nor the respect of the armed forces, much less the people of Venezuela.
Calling on those people to join him again on the streets tomorrow in further protest. Paul Hobbs, One News.
And our government says New Zealand has a long-standing practice of not making statements of recognition of governments, but that doesn't mean we support the status quo. New Zealand strongly objects to the Maduro regime's human rights violations and systematic erosion of Venezuela's democracy.
A new era arises tonight in the land of the rising sun after Emperor Akihito became the first Japanese monarch to abdicate in 200 years. His son, 59-year-old Crown Prince Naruhito, is now the emperor. It's a mainly symbolic but revered role, once seen as a human deity. When 85-year-old Akihito was born in 1933, war was brewing for one of the most powerful countries in the world. He ascended the throne in 1989, breaking with tradition by making closer connections with the public, promoting peace and compassion. The much-loved leader was also the first Japanese emperor to marry a commoner, a big deal when you consider the same family has reigned over Japan for 2,600 years. The world's oldest continuous hereditary dynasty. Here's Kushla Norman with more details and reaction.
A vision of modernity in a dinner suit for the oldest ruler in royalty. Flanked by his younger brother, Emperor Naruhito ascended the chrysanthemum throne at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. In 7 minutes, steeped in symbolism but slim on pomp, he had become Japan's 126th emperor. But the formalities weren't over. Joined by his wife, who was forbidden from watching the previous ceremony, Emperor Naruhito made his first speech.
I sincerely pray for the happiness of the people and the further development of the nation, as well as the peace of the world.
Outside the palace, crowds gathered to ring in the new era, Reiwa, meaning beautiful harmony. And on this spring day, they were full of hope.
I hope it will be the era where we can be compassionate and have the spirit to help each other.
I hope the new era will see a nation where young people can have even more proactive roles. Emperor Naruhito vowed to show the same compassion to people as his father, who helped mend ties with Japan's wartime foes. Emperor Naruhito is the first member of Japan's royal family to study overseas, spending several years at Oxford. In 2002, he visited New Zealand with his wife. A former New Zealand ambassador to Japan met them then.
He just comes across as a very down-to-earth person, a person who's international, very international, very comfortable in English, and at the same time very steeped in Japanese culture and traditions.
But it's difficult to ignore one tradition. Women are forbidden from ascending the throne, meaning his only child, a daughter, will never take his place. Kushla Norman, One News.
An initiative aimed at helping Kiwi kids understand and control their emotions has been rolled out in Christchurch.
It's an online tool teachers can access to help address topics like anxiety or fear. Jordan Oppert reports.
So if something is scary or cruel or unkind, you can change how you feel with your magical mind.
Feel Brave is the brainchild of this woman, an author committed to having a positive impact on young children's minds.
As if there's a big scary monster, but he talks like this. Is he scary anymore? Or you can do what Wolfgang did and turn it into something small and cute.
It tackles tough topics in a way kids in years 1 to 3 can understand.
So the idea is that we give the strategies through characters so that they resonate with children and it's in their language.
Feel Brave is an initiative designed to teach children about fears, anxieties, empathy, resilience, and how to manage their own emotions. It's a collaborative initiative available worldwide.
I'm a father of 5 myself, so I get it, what kids are going through. No matter whether they've been here in Christchurch or anywhere around the world, there's always something that's casting some sort of worry in their little minds, so yeah, it's very rewarding.
The program's in more than 100 Kiwi schools already, but today's a first in Christchurch. After the 2011 earthquake and the March mosque terrorist attacks, organisers admit the city's a challenging environment.
In terms of